Hey guys, just wanted to share with you a quick testimony about what the Lord has been doing in my life the last few weeks, the last few months. Um, yeah, it's been crazy, guys. But really quickly, I know a few months ago I shared with you and on social media and some of my friends that I was um, I was going to be part of a missions trip in Guatemala. I was really proud of that. I was really excited for that as well. Um, with mission trips, the way they do things here, they have deadlines in which you have to meet these financial deadlines in order for you to be able to continue and be part of this mission trips. There's flights that they have to reserve, there's rooms that they have to reserve, and just kind of get an idea really of what they're going to do as a team. And unfortunately, for that missions trip, I had to get dropped from the missions trip because I did not meet the financial requirements. I wasn't able to meet the deadlines that were needed financially, and it was really hard for me. It was really hard for me to be dropped. I got a message from my leader from that missions trip, and she, lo- logistically, like I understood the decision and what had to get made, why she had to do what she had to do, because obviously the organization of things and trying to put things in order and kind of have structure of who's all going. I understood that because I've planned things before and I understand how there's a procedure of doing things, and obviously it's not their first time doing mission work like that, international or whatever, but I think it just like I think it was just the fact that I was like dropped that really hurt me, and the Lord just had to turn on the light switch in my heart, and He had me check my heart and see like, hey, what is this? So why are you upset? Why do you fear rejection? Why do you fear? Fear men of what they're going to think of you, or if you're not good enough, and it was really like crazy how the Lord had to walk me through this um, that season and that situation of how just like, hey, I am worthy of being in a missions trip. I am worthy of being accepted and being recognized, and not be afraid of rejection. Because it's God's will to do what He pleases, that He knows He has a better plan for our lives. And so it was a good 2 weeks of like really checking my heart and like walking through this like, okay, I'm not going to be in that missions trip, but hey Lord, if it's you know since I wasn't in the Guatemala trip, they put me in serving as missionary here in Redding, California. And still, I had to really look at it like, hey, you know what? Redding is not my city. I'm not from Redding. And so, how can I serve as a missionary in this city? And so the Lord just started like fixing my heart, healing my heart, and really just seeing it like, hey, you know what? You're in control of this. And I started thinking, the Lord started walking me through how many times did I allow the fear of rejection hold me back from taking opportunities that, man, I could have really enjoyed, or I could have really learned from, or I could have really like been blessed by, because of fear of rejection, fear of not being good enough. And yeah, it was it was good. It was really good. So I am super blessed that I was able to go through that process. And with that said, about a week ago, um, I was talking to some friends, this amazing married couple from Brazil, and we're just small chit chatting about stuff. And Desi, as many of you guys know, and a lot of you guys helped out, he will be going to his mission trip to Portland. So thank you so much for that. Yeah, he's gonna be going there, and so we were just small chit chatting with them, talking about missionary and how they also got dropped from the Philippines, but they felt like the Lord was really calling, like highlighting Reading. And I was telling them, oh, I got dropped too. I'll be here, and Desi's going to be in Portland. And it was just like a small, really short conversation. And then that was it. And then that afternoon, I just get like a call from her, and she was like super excited. And she was like, "Hey, you said your husband's going to Portland." And I was like, "Yeah, my husband's going to Portland." And she was like, "Well, listen, hey, there's this woman that I know, a friend of mine, and she wasn't able to get the days for missionary, and she's actually going to Portland, and she needs to stay because she didn't get the days off of work. She needs to stay in Reading, and she was asking if I knew anybody that would be able to swap with her or would be interested in going into this Portland trip. By the way, this Portland trip, her trip is already fully paid." And when she was telling me this, my friend said that when she was telling her this, that my friend was like, "Wait, I know Jasmine. Desi's going to Portland, and so I'm sure that she would like to go to Portland with her husband." And so she calls me up, and I'm just like crying, like, "Oh my gosh, this is so crazy! Like, yes, yes, I would love to go to Portland." But it's one thing for obviously us to agree in. Obviously, you still have to go through like the leadership and like the mission trip like admin, and like making sure that this is good, because they have said multiple times, "Hey, the money does not it's not transferable. If you get dropped, or if you are not going to go, you decide not to go, you're not able to jump into another trip, or it doesn't work like that." And so I was like, "Well, okay, well, let me see if I can talk to the leaders and stuff like that, and see if something can happen." Because this woman, it wasn't that she didn't want to go, it's just she couldn't because of work. Anyways, so I talked to the leaders, and I didn't really hear anything back from them until Saturday. This was Wednesday, and so Thursday, Friday, even Wednesday, I started getting this fear again, like it was creeping, trying to creep in. And I was like, "No." I was like, "No, what is going on?" Like, and I started telling my husband, like, "Hey, like, what if I don't go? What if they say no?" And Desi and some of my friends were like, "Hey, what are you talking about? Like, why wouldn't you go? If the Lord is like opening these doors, and you have like, it hasn't even been in your radar, like, hey, say yes, Lord, I am going, I'm gonna go." And so I was like, yeah. I was like, the Lord just delivered me. Like, He just freed me from the spirit of rejection, the spirit of me feeling like I wasn't worthy enough or deserving of this, you know? I'm not going to go back to that. So, yeah, I am going to go to this missions trip. And obviously, I had no idea if I was going to be able to go. So, with that long story to tell you, that Saturday morning, I get a call from my pastor, and she was just like, "Hey, guess what?" And it was Saturday. I'm in my PJs. I really don't, I didn't really want to talk. And I was just so happy she called. And I was like, "What, what do I owe this great pleasure of you calling me?" And she was like, "Hey, you're going to go to Portland." And yeah, I freaked out because it was just so crazy how the Lord, like, how He does things. The Lord knows our hearts and our desires, and He knows, when we're being super sincere and we're just like, "God, do what you need to do." And I remember I had a conversation with one of my friends a few months back, before I even knew about Portland or anything like that, that I was like walking through the process. And I remember I told her, "You know what? I don't even care if it's like Reading or whatever other country or state or wherever the Lord wants to send me. Like, I want to give Him my all, and I want to like just go all in." And I remember just having this conversation, like, I'm not even going to sweat it, because whether if it's Reading or any other place, like, I'm down to serve the Lord and just give Him my all. And like, fast forward, I'm going to Portland, and I get to go with my husband, and the Lord is just so sweet that, it was crazy. Like, they had a room available just for us, like Desi and I, and I just feel so, like, I feel like I'm walking on cloud nine. Yeah, it's mission work. It's not like going on a vacation, but like, I get to do it with my husband, and I get to do it with my pastor, and I get to do it with my friends, and I just get to do it in a different like mindset of like knowing how amazing the Lord is and how faithful He's been. And I just want to encourage you guys, like, if you're watching this video and you've been going through like, hey, I don't want to try out for this because I'm afraid I'm going to get rejected, or hey, I don't want to like be part of the worship team because I'm not the best singer, or I don't want to be, so whatever it is that is just like stopping you from doing it. I just want to um, challenge you. I just want to encourage you. That is not who you are. The Lord has not given you a spirit of fear. The Lord has given you a spirit of power and love, and He is just so amazing to us. And He's just there with us to walk us through the process of life. And yeah. So I'm super thankful. I get to go to Portland. And I get to lead worship. I get to be in worship with my husband, and I'm so excited about that. And yeah, I just want to say thank you for you guys that have been like following our journey and that have been like sending texts and messages and just like sewing into us, even when like y'all don't even know, but we're super thankful. And I will definitely keep you posted and send you guys videos and pictures of what God does in Portland. So, you know what? If you want to help us, pray for Portland, pray for this missions trip, pray that the Lord just, makes these hearts sensible to His presence, and just that His presence just be so heavy in that place wherever we're at, and that people can come to Christ. And yeah, I'm just super excited, and I've been wanting to share with you guys this. And yeah, there's a God that we serve who's super powerful. So I love you guys, and we miss y'all, and yeah, love you.